things about the history, about the gallery, he know way better than me. I know little, you know a lot. Okay, feel free to follow me. Are you all turning on your listening device? All right, now we can start. Thank you. Enjoy.
Yes.
Very good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cambodia Peace Gallery. Have a great time, great breakfast, and this is the Cambodia Peace Gallery. So first of all, I'm not Max, so I'm the executive director here, and just would like to share with you about the red room. We have 4 red rooms, 5 red rooms, and 1 red room, and all the peace museum in Cambodia. As most of the museums in Cambodia, they display about the pre and the post Mongolian period, the pre and the post genocidal era, or during the Khmer Rouge and so on. So, but here we are more focused on how we end the civil war in Cambodia and bring peace back to our country. So, one question that I would like to ask. So, when you hear the word Cambodia, what comes to your mind? My root, right?
Yeah.
So this is there is no way that most of the people, especially foreigners or other countries, like Khmer Rouge and Angkor Wat and so on. But here, I hope it transforms you know more about our country by the positive things, because here we aim to share about the positive and peace history of Cambodia. So we have 3 main buildings. So this is the first building where we are now. It is about the journey of Cambodia from war toward peace and positive future. And you will see briefly about the circle of violence and peace in Cambodia, what we have been through and how we end the war. And we will see the lives of our Cambodia living in the refugee camp during the wartime in Thailand. And you will see the pathway to peace, some of important meetings in order to end the war in Cambodia and reach the Paris Peace Agreement. And the second building at the back, it is about recovery from war. So after we reach the Paris Peace Agreement, we end the civil war. So how we deal with the past, how we reintegrate, and how we reconciliation, we recover our country. The peacekeeping mission of the UN in Cambodia, how we deal with the landmines, as well as how we work on the weapon reduction, because after the war ended, most people, a lot of people, they keep their own guns because they still are threat with each other. They used to fight with each other, so that's why they keep the guns by themselves to protect themselves. So that's why how we work on deal with this, and we'll see how the Cambodia pay back to the country who comes at us during the war time through the peace, joining the peacekeeping mission of the UN. The last wooden building at the back, the old building there, and it is about healing and reconciliation. We more focus on how Buddhism involved in bring peace back into Cambodia. So let's come back. Some may important history, and we name it as a circle of permanent peace in Cambodia. And this circle related to this four landmarks in the West. So we start from the time fire. Have you been to the Angkor Wat? Yeah. So we start from the Angkor Wat period. We was a kingdom, very big country, very powerful country and so on. But because of the Soviet over inside Cambodia, and then the bomb has next to our country. See, this is the map of the war. And if you want to see clearly about the window number 2, the destruction, it is showing about the destruction of the bomb during the China war in 2000. Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. And then the Cold War lead the civil war in Cambodia. Why is that the Cold War lead the civil war in Cambodia? Because the Cold War is the ideology war. So that is, and then the Cold War created different political ideology, different fight group in Cambodia. So that's why we fell down into the civil war. So in this, we have two cases of civil war, before the Khmer Rouge and after the Khmer Rouge. So before the Khmer Rouge, we have the pro-US group with the communist group, with the Khmer Rouge. So they fight with each other. So, and then we fell down into the Khmer Rouge camp, and around 2 million people were died in that time by starvation, killing, torturing, working overtime, and sickness, and so on. So window number 3, Liberties. This is the darkest window, and showing about how the Khmer Rouge, the communist party, lived the country. They destroy all the modern things. They had the capitalism. They had rich people. So because they saw that the capitalism, the rich people, divide the classes in the society. Divide the poor and the rich, the kings, and something like that. So that's why when they take over the country, they just everyone just live the land like everyone live the same. There's no belongings. There's no rich people. There's no people, no poor people. Everything, every properties belong to Angkar, belong to the Khmer Rouge group. And there's no currency at all. So there's no currency to use. And also there is no belief. So no religious, no belief, no school system. And then after the Khmer Rouge ended, in here we more focus on after the Khmer Rouge ended. So after the Khmer Rouge ended, some people thought that after the Khmer Rouge ended, we live in peace and so on, our country, bring peace back and so on, but not really like that. We fell down into another around 10-year civil war. So in between 1980 until 1990. So this civil war, there were 4 factions, 4 fight groups. We have Khmer Rouge, even though the Khmer Rouge collapsed in that time, but they still have power to fight. And we have one group is PRK, People's Republic of Cambodia, in that time, that backed by the Vietnam. Because in order to take the power, to fall down the Khmer Rouge, to collapse the Khmer Rouge, there was one group of Cambodian soldiers come to Vietnam and asked Vietnam to back them to fight with the Khmer Rouge and take over the Khmer Rouge. So another group is the Phun Sampach group, the King supporters, and one more group is the Khmer People Nation Liberation Front group, so the pro-US group, the National Nation. So there was only one group inside Cambodia, PRK, People's Republic of Cambodia, backed by Vietnam. After they finished the Khmer Rouge, they collapsed the Khmer Rouge, and then they formed the new government called PRK, People's Republic of Cambodia. And another 3 groups, Khmer Rouge, Phun Sampach, and the People's Nation Liberation Front, were in the refugee camp. So those 4 groups fight with each other almost 10 years, and then in between 1989, 1990, they have the peace negotiation. So the King Norodom here, he played an important role in order to negotiate, to bring those 4 groups together and negotiate to end the civil war in Cambodia. So after we have had the peace negotiation, we reached the Paris Peace Agreement. It's such a long way. We spent around almost 2 years to reach the Paris Peace Agreement. It reflects us that before we ask others to help us, so we need to help ourselves first. So that's why we reached the Paris Peace Agreement in 1991. So you will see more here the peace negotiation, the Paris Peace Agreement is the next rule. So and then this is in 1991, this is in 1992 peace war. It is Dhammayatra. So you will see more in the third building, the last building. And the Cambodian building policy. We got the Paris Peace Agreement in 1991. We have the first national election in 1993. We have never had an election for almost 3 decades of war. So we have first election in 1993, but the Khmer Rouge, they didn't join the election because they know themselves there will be no one vote for them. So that's why they still fight with the new government until 1998. So the Cambodian building policy is dropped in 1996, but successfully in 1998. So we call it win-win policy because both sides win together. The government also win, the Khmer Rouge also win. This policy is completely for Khmer Rouge, the reintegration policies. That means if the Khmer Rouge decided to join with the government, so there is no punishment for them, there is no punishment. And they can keep their own property and ranking as well as they can live freely as a civilian people. So that's why in 1998, it was a year that we really end the war in Cambodia. If you look this painting, all of these soldiers were the Khmer Rouge soldiers. They just take off the Khmer Rouge uniform and dress up the Cambodian Royal Armed Force uniform. So we really end the war in 1998. After that, we rebuilding our country and we put reconciliation at the end. It is a circle. Somehow it will happen again in the future. So that's why it is a circle. So but we put the reconciliation at the end because we believe that reconciliation is the only one way that we can bring forward peace in the future. So if you see this painting, you will see all people together, all religious, indigenous, and so on, working together to serve together. So this is just briefly about the circle of our peace. Anything to see? Questions? The government, the coalition government, were led by the King Lora. So it is. So after
Sure.
about what we have been through. And one part is the right to the refugee camps, and this is how we had the 10 years ago. We start from this part. This part is in 1985. It was the year that our king father, the King Ronald, was invited to Australia. So in that time, he had the chance to think about the Australian relationship, the Cambodian to Australian relationship, and so on. And also, he had a chance to give the interview to the president. And then he asked the world to have our country. And this is the second step, and it was a very important meeting in Cambodia in order to end the war in Cambodia. It is in 1987. So I have already mentioned in 1985, the 3 groups were in the refugee camp. They combined together to make the coalition government led by the King Rotam over here. And the king represents those 3 groups to make the prime minister of France, the head of the PRK, in order to negotiate, find a way to end the civil war. This is the first meeting ever between the King Rotam and the Prime Minister. They have never met before. And even though this meeting is not to end the war in that time, but this first meeting lead another meeting and also allow another leaders to join the meeting in order to end the war. So for this part, it is the campaign and the sanctions. So During the Civil War time, our country was isolated from the world. So there is no foreign aid for people. There was only war supply to the different. So we have war factors. So there was only the war supply, not the aid by the foreign aid. So that's why this is some achievement that the other people, especially foreigners, they have done for us in order to have clear about our country situation. We have the Chinese War group, we have the Cambodian Australian peace proposal in Cambodia, mostly because this group is the rebel group. So this book here about the Cambodian situation during the wartime, and also the rule of the organization, the rule of the education, the rule of different foreign aid in Cambodia. And also, I think you know about this. This is the concert to raise money for Cambodian people. Cambodia is in Cambodia. So the concert is raise money to support our people. And this one is the poster about the protections in front of the UK embassy. I mean the protection of the UK people in front of the Vietnamese embassy in UK in order to request the withdrawal of Vietnamese soldiers. We have 4 factions fight, but we have only one goal is to force out the Vietnamese soldiers. If the group that backed by Vietnamese in that time, they decided to withdraw the Vietnamese soldiers. So those 3 groups will join the negotiation and end the war. So in 1989, it was the year that the peace negotiation successfully, and the group decided to withdraw the Vietnamese soldiers. So this is the Vietnamese soldier withdrawal of Vietnamese soldiers, and it's place in it's 10,000. If you look, so it is a little bit strange that this is Cambodian people, this is Vietnamese soldiers, and you guys are very happy with the This is a 2 different perspectives. Some people they said that the Vietnamese soldiers just come to take our country, try to take our country, and some people they said that Vietnamese soldiers they just come to 2 different. And this side is the pathway to peace. It's about the peace negotiation. As you can see, here is the different picture about the peace negotiation in order to reach the Paris peace agreement. So after the withdrawal of the Vietnamese soldiers and the end of civil war in Cambodia, so
I'm not.
and enables the return of displaced people. Drawing from Cambodia's extensive experience with explosive ground support, these peacekeepers bring professionalism, courage, and life-saving capabilities to international missions. Cambodian peacekeepers play a vital role in IED, using their expertise to detect, disarm, and safely dispose of improvised explosive devices in conflict and post-conflict zones. Their work directly saves lives by protecting civilians, aid workers, and fellow peacekeepers from hidden and unpredictable threats. With hands-on experience from Cambodia's own past, these specialists contribute to safer environments and mission success, reinforcing Cambodia's reputation as a committed and capable peacekeeping partner. Cambodian peacekeeping forces have made a significant impact through their participation in UN peacekeeping missions, particularly in South Sudan and Lebanon.
Piggy.
Babies run away.
Did they?
I don't know if they're wild or domesticated.
They look like boars.
Hmm?
They look like little boars.
A lot of babies there, like I think they're just somebody's in it, just broke into here for the grass, but there's loads of them here.
Where did the babies run off to?
They're up in the corner there.
Oh, right.
I think maybe escaped me.
Is that a real cat? No. Oh yes, it is a real cat. Hello, pussycat.
Oh yeah, the slides there. We saw it before.
Oh, he's such a beautiful pussy, 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 puss,
We saw
puss.
it before when we came on the line.
Have you found the piglets?
There's a farm at the bottom, I think
Oh,
they
right.
escaped.
Yeah.
There's a big boar there, like a big one.
Mummy.
Where?
Looks like Mummy, doesn't it? She's got the...
Oh yeah, she's got the... Oh, look at them. Shouldn't go too close to them.
No. No, they're going to take off. Yeah, that's stupid.